to Community Spotlight at WLIE 540 AM or WLIE540am.com. You could also download it to your app and listen live. Anyway, today we have a real good show. Have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Here with my co-host again, Dan Acosta. Dan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you this week?
Good. We actually have a couple of guests that we're going to talk about in a little bit. How'd your week go?
Busy.
Yeah?
Always busy. Always busy.
What's new?
Pro wrestling shows. We had another one tonight. We've been all over the place. Out in the city yesterday, shooting a Bill Cunningham show, running around Times Square.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah. Went out there yesterday, so I've been all over the place.
How was that show?
I'm living on about 2.5 hours of sleep right now.
How was that?
As always.
How was that, Bill?
It was crazy. It was insane. They had, well, I can't really talk about it because, you know, had to sign the waivers and everything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, I've seen like upcoming commercials for it. And
it
stuff
was like
that.
a little bit of a tamer version of a Jerry Springer show, but not much.
Oh, okay.
Only thing missing was the fighting.
Really?
Yeah. No, it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah, like I said, I just saw like little bits of it. So what else is going on? What's going on with wrestling? Tell me. Any events coming up or?
Yeah. You remember Stockade that I brought in here from the fundraiser?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a show Thursday night out in Port Jeff, so that was good. And then they're doing a show tonight. Him and Rocky both are doing a show with ECPW tonight out at the Shirley Bingo Hall.
Right.
So that starts at 7:30. In case anybody wants to come down, we'll all be down there tonight, beating the crap out of each other.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's always fun.
That sounds good.
I'm sure I'll get smacked around a little bit tonight. They always do.
Yeah? You're gonna get smacked around.
Oh, yeah. I could just be sitting in the audience and they reach across and slap me in the mouth, so I'm just a target.
That's what friends are for, right there.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Reading the news, some sad news. I want to talk a little bit about this nutcase that actually did a whole bunch of shooting yesterday. He killed one person. He's dead now. But what's sickening is there are people like this out there. It's insane.
You want to hear the funny part, though?
What's that?
We were actually out there because where we're shooting was the Hotel Pennsylvania, right down the road from the Empire State Building where this happened.
Really?
And it was like nothing ever happened.
Really?
We got there, I think, 3 or 4 hours after it happened or something like that, and you wouldn't even know.
Wow.
It was just business as usual.
Yeah, I was at a diner, and there's all of the TV. And what was it? It was an apparel designer. I guess he was let go or something.
Yeah.
He was disgruntled, and then he just shot up like a whole bunch of people.
He went right to the store apparently and just shot the guy point blank range right on the sidewalk, just right in the street. Just started shooting people.
That's insane.
And then he's walking down the street. Cops confront him, and then they just open fire.
Yeah, they killed him. Like 7 bullets or something. They got him or whatever.
I'm hearing like 11 people or something got hit.
Right.
Just randomly, just random people walking down the sidewalk. Everybody's ducking behind garbage cans.
But this is it's sick because you have people like this in this world, like they just lose their mind.
Yeah.
And I mean, in this case, the guy's dead. But there's so many cases like this where we entertain it. Our legal system entertains it, where we put multi-millions of dollars into these ridiculous trials to entertain the whole situation and find out is this person guilty, even though everyone knows the person's guilty, and then we put them in prison. And these people are nutcases anyway. So now they get room and board and food and exercise and TV,
free cable TV,
free cable TV. Now, I personally think, and I don't know, I'd like to encourage our callers to call into 631-955-5400, and again, that's 631-955-5400 if you have any comments or views on this. But I really think that people like this should be executed. They should be cremated. And I think they should use their ashes to fill the potholes on the Cross Bronx Expressway.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you could take this guy's ashes and fill the pothole
in
front of the store where he shot the guy.
Yeah,
fix the cracks in the sidewalk.
It's insanity, and we just have to give them this trial. And this is what clogs up all the cases in court. It's stuff like this where you blatantly know who the killer is.
You know what this all leads back to, though, right?
What's that?
The economy. Guy lost his job, couldn't take care of his family, and just snapped.
Just went crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, you really have to. I mean, to go that far.
I mean, obviously there's something there to begin with, but
oh yeah, this was insane. But when I saw it at the diner, I was like, what the hell's going on here? This is really bad, So, but for the most part, it's like we just taxpayers' dollars just pay for this stuff. And it's not. I think these people. I remember years ago, was it Pataki or someone? One of the governors said we're going to enforce the death penalty here in New York, and I always said, throughout my lifetime, you won't ever see anyone.
No, you'll never see it because they'll sit on death row for the next 15 years before it happens anyway.
And appeal.
Yeah. Oh,
and
no,
appeal.
they'll appeal 10, 15 times.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's but and they get their education in the whole 9 yards, but and taxpayers' dollars pay for it, and that's what sickens me. But anyway, let's see. Oh, we actually have a caller on the phone. Let's take this call.
Who we got on Community Spotlight here?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yo, Acosta, it's Gabe. What's going on, man?
Oh, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What are you
Good,
calling all the way in from Arizona?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes,
See
I am.
the wonders of Facebook.
How's the
I
weather?
know. It's hot. Oops. I
Oh,
can't say it.
hey, yo, we can't say
No.
that.
No.
It's pretty hot. Yeah.
It's pretty hot. It's
I know
pretty
you're.
hot.
I know you're all the way in Arizona, but I will find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
It's pretty
That's
hot.
right. I know where he lives.
Yeah. Yo, I just heard about this from you guys, man. That's horrendous. I really can't even. I can't even. The words aren't even coming, man. It's ridiculous. And I was just watching something on the news
Right.
last night. This guy from about a year ago, I think it was in Norway, wasn't it? The guy that killed it. 21 years is all this guy gets maximum. And
amazing.
apparently just because of the country's laws or whatever it is. But it seems like every day you turn around, there's something else like that. And I don't think that the news portrays enough of the good stories. And I think if they did a little bit more of that, it may be easier to stomach. There's a lot of really good people in this world, and a lot of people that do things just because they want to help others, and you don't hear about it.
That's
and
true.
It's a shame,
What's your name? Dean, Doug? What's his name?
Gabe.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was close there. All right, Dean Martin. Anyway, no, it's true. I was just saying to one of my friends yesterday about that. You watch the news and you just get so depressed because it's one story worse than the other, and it's almost like they really enjoy talking about stuff like this. But yet, when it's a good story, when it's a story about something positive, what do they give you? 30 seconds, a minute, right?
Well, if you're lucky, and it's just that one piece at the end of the news,
Right.
like, just to cheer you up a little bit, here's this. Man, we really need to just, this. I think that all these people that do snap, all these people that have these issues,
Right.
I think if they saw a little bit more positivity on the news, or maybe it just wouldn't happen. I think that America's media gives us just too much garbage to shovel down our throats, and we can't handle it.
Well,
it'll fuel depression after a while.
Yeah, well, it's all about ratings because it's train wreck TV, which
It
ties
is.
into what we were talking
It
about
is.
last week.
It is.
A train wreck is interesting, but if someone does something nice, it's like, that was cool. So who died today?
No.
Like
And
the big news now on Facebook is that the guy from Sesame Street died, who did the voice of the Count and a couple things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a bunch of other things.
Oh
too,
yeah. He just died yesterday. It's all over Facebook. I even posted about it myself.
How many coffins are
And
we
then-
going to have?
But
One.
like you see that all over the place. You see about everybody dying and this, that, and the other thing, and you don't see the nice stuff anymore
Well,
because
the
nobody really
Count,
cares.
that's a true loss to society.
No,
I
it
mean,
really
that
is.
was an awesome Sesame Street
He was the
He was
Count.
great.
He was the voice of Snuffleupagus, and he was also
Yeah.
Floyd Pepper from the band. He was the bass
Really?
player.
the bass player, and
He did Fraggle Rock.
The guy
He did
that
a lot of
used to,
stuff.
the guy that used to fling the fish, and oh yeah, man. No, it was.
Wow.
I had seen your post, Dan, after another friend of mine had posted it too, and I was like, oh man, those are losses that. But again, it's like you said, Dan. I mean, people are more interested in the bad stuff, and it's easier to talk about too around the water cooler, and
Sure.
you can hang your head in shame, like, oh, it's so bad. But you know what, man? Like I said, I think that there's plenty of room for us to be filled with positivity in this, not even just this country, man, in the world, and it would just go a little bit further.
Well, today I know Dan has a great guest that he's going to talk about community service that he's doing, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And we also have a psychic medium that's going to stop on the show a little bit later, try to communicate with a couple of dead people. So
Nice.
that should be a little interesting.
There
And,
you go.
Yeah, should be fun. We're trying to add some good stuff to this.
Well, no, Dan. You know what? I'll tell you, man. Acosta does a lot of really good volunteer work. We were talking about that
I know
the
he
last
does.
time we were together. So, listen, man. I'm going to let you guys do your thing, but I
Okay,
just wanted to call in and have a great show. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Good
Thank
hearing
you,
from you,
Gabe.
brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Thanks for calling
No
in.
problem. Absolutely.
Okay. So Dan, like I said, I know you have a guest. We have Joseph Duche, who's the psychic medium. He'll be coming later.
I'm actually glad you pronounced that because I was wondering. I'm looking at
Oh,
that.
okay.
I'm like, is that guy's name Douche?
No, it's Duche.
I'm like, I don't want to offend him later and call him a douche.
Obviously French, obviously.
I don't think he got here yet. He should be here soon.
Right. Well, we actually do have another caller on the line.
We do. Let's take it.
You want to check in? We've got Cliff on the line from Oceanside. Cliff, what's going on?
Hey, Chris. Hey, Scott. Enjoy the show. I have a question, or actually a question I'd like you to ask.
Yes, Cliff.
Can you ask the psychic for tomorrow's lottery numbers?
I will. Well, actually, this is a medium. He actually communicates with the dead, and I think we lost Cliff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they communicate with the dead. It's actually the psychic that will that we can ask. Well, we should have asked a few weeks ago about the lottery numbers, but that's a great question. I don't know why they can't predict that for some reason. But this week was kind of interesting because they have, I don't want to name names or say anything, but there's a party or supposedly party this weekend called Hollywood in the Hamptons. And it's supposed to be these celebrities that are going to be appearing at someone's house. And they're inviting all these nonprofit organizations. And I know you, Dan, you do a lot of work for charities and stuff. And it's just like, it's just so unclear. All these nonprofit organizations that were invited to hear about it were so skeptical because they want the donors to cough up like $1,000, and then $400 goes to the party. Now, what could the donor possibly be getting in return for $400? And the more questions you ask them about what's this party, who's the celebrities, what's going on, who's going to be there, the more cloudy the answers. The story just changes every time. It started from like a Hamptons party, then it went to a pool party, then it went to a house party, and then it went to a beach party. Pretty soon, I don't know, it'll be like a gas station party or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's it was just real weird, and it really monopolized a lot of my week because they kept pushing people. They were pushing the charities, the nonprofit organizations. Now this was weird, to invite all of their supporters. Now, why would you do that? Why would you want all the supporters to come out? Why wouldn't you just want, if there's X amount of celebrities, they said there were going to be like 50 celebrities there, why wouldn't you just want one or two of the people representing the organization to speak to the celebrities?
Well, that's a money thing right there.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that plenty of times. What happens is they want you to bring out all your supporters and everybody who sponsors you and takes care of you because they're hoping in turn to put together a mailing list and pull these people right out from under you.
Really?
Oh, I've seen it 100 times.
Yeah, I know that when we had our initial meeting, there was we were told that there were going to be like 5 or 6 organizations that were going to be present at this meeting, and it turned out to be like 15 or 20 or maybe more.
Yeah.
And they were showing up left and right. And then we found out there were other meetings with other organizations days later, weeks later, and they gave us like 3 weeks to pull this together. And I was like, what's going on here?
We had an experience. Diane and I were working on a show. I'm not going to say any names or anything, but we were working on a big charity show.
Right.
And we brought in a charity, local charity we were working with.
Mm-hmm.
Friended them on Facebook, the whole nine, made all the introductions. We did the show. It was great. Everybody did what they had to do, raise lots of money.
Right.
And then for the next 2 weeks, we kept getting blasts and emails and everything where the charity, this person who was heading the charity, was pretty much like raping our friends list.
Really?
Because it was like hitting up all the performers, hitting up everybody that we knew, anybody they thought that could bring them in money. Just randomly hitting them up on Facebook, constantly spamming them with messages.
Right.
It went on for weeks, and then we had to just block everybody. It was a mess.
The thing
and this was after we raised a ton of money for them. They went and did this afterwards, after the show was over.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And the thing that really bothered me was, you're asking people to cough up this kind of money. At least tell us who your celebrities are. Who's going to be there? And when they would name names, it would be just like these C-D level celebrities. Probably like Cousin It from the Addams Family and Thing, and just like really weird. Ernest Thomas from What's Happening. It's
what? I would hang with him. I would definitely hang with
Ernest
him.
Thomas?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, well, Shirley Hemphill, she passed away, right? Wasn't she like on What's Happening?
So.
She passed away. She was great. I was actually going to put together a guest list with all these these people on it, and just like send it off to them and say these people will be appearing at your party. And
Nice.
then, you know,
Yeah.
where's Dr. Ernest Thomas? I don't know. Where is he now? Where is Mr. Silla? Silla, I think, played. He was one of the cousin Its. There was like 3 cousin Its on the Addams Family. But you know, to especially with these economic times, to rope these nonprofit organizations or try to rope them into to undermine them. And it's supposed to be a charity awareness party. That's what they call it. They don't call it a fundraiser. It's a charity awareness party. I call it a charity awareness party because you don't know who's going to be there. Even up to the 11th hour, they couldn't tell you who was going to be there. How many guests were coming?
Yeah, see, when you're doing stuff like that and you're left in the dark, you got to be really skeptical about
exactly.
it. Because, you know, at that point, leave your checkbook home.
But you know what puzzles me is like one of the celebrities, I know she's like a C-list celebrity now. She's been in and out of rehab. But she I'm surprised she would loan her name to this. Like she would actually get involved with something like this.
I actually know who you're talking about,
Right,
and
right.
I do have to say on her behalf she's legit. I've worked
She
with
is,
her before,
okay.
so I do know she's legit.
Right.
I have no idea who the rest of the people are, though.
Okay, yeah, she seemed really nice when I met her. I met her at the initial meeting, and you know, she seemed great to me. But I don't know. It just bothers me. But anyway,
Well, you know, that's the good thing that you know, there are the ones that try to rope you in like that, but then, you know, there's a lot of people that do the right thing too. So
oh yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, the guy that was coordinating it couldn't even tuck his shirt in. The guy looked like the wreck of the Hesperus, and he called me up the other day like 12 times. He left about seven voicemails, like practically begging for me to bring guests in, like practically begging and begging and begging.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, look, I called him up. I was like, dude, this is just not going to work. I was like, tell me more about what this is. Be honest with me, level with me. And he just took it all personal and so on. But anyway, more importantly, you know, with that aside, I'd like to get into your guest, Rob.
Yep.
Rob, what's your last name?
Hartman.
Hartman. Rob Hartman. Very nice to meet you.
Same here.
And thank you for coming. And I understand that you have a towing service. Is that correct?
Yeah, I own Relations Towing and Collision over here in Ronkonkoma on Lakeland Avenue.
Okay.
And we pretty much do everything there. I do with a car, besides our towing.
Right.
But the reason why I'm really here today with you guys is to tell you about because the holiday weekend coming up.
Yes.
Labor Day, and everybody likes to go out and drink, party, and have a good time.
Right.
We all like that, but we like to see everybody get home safe.
Yes.
And what I do for you guys and, you know, everybody in this area and stuff in the local places, if you're drunk, you had too much to drink, we don't want you driving home.
Right.
I will gladly send my flatbed to come pick you up with your vehicle and take you back to your house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ask any money for it. All I do is ask you to take care of my driver and tip my driver.
That's great.
You know?
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you know what amazes me, and we were talking about this last week, I had actually reached out to the Suffolk County Police Public Relations Department. We were going to do a skit on the show to talk about DWI and the importance of staying off the road when you're drunk. And we were actually going to do a skit. We wanted a police officer here to work with us, and we were going to have someone here taking some sips of scotch or whatever, and let people hear how stupid they sound and how they slur their words and how they still feel like they can get behind the wheel of a car. And the Suffolk County Police, who averaged pretty much with overtime over $150,000 a year, somehow weren't able to come in. I got an email from them saying that, well, can't make it. Sorry, we just don't have that. So apparently maybe it's just it just brings in revenue for the county. I don't know. But if anyone wants to call in and talk about this, we're at 631-955-5400. And again, that's 631-955-5400. But, you know, they're getting paid these astronomical salaries. To me, I think the New York City police are way more overworked than these guys. How come you couldn't have someone come in here and talk about DWI awareness or buzz driving and, you know, kids who are doing pills and whatever, just getting behind the wheel? There was a major accident a few weeks ago on the LIE. You know, come in here and talk. Why don't you talk to the listeners and let them know the importance? And here you are, you know, doing a great service.
I like to see everybody get home safe. That's the main thing.
Is this the first year you're doing it?
Nah, I've been doing this since we've been in business.
Wow. How many?
I've been in business. I've been at the shop since '95, but I own it for the past 7 years. I have a partner. My partner's name is Dan Fusey.
Okay.
And we both do it. We've been doing it for years now since we had the place.
Right.
And it's, we all like to go out and have a good time. I just don't want to see people get hurt.
How do people contact you, by the way?
You can call us at 631-588-6200. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We answer that phone ourselves. There's no answering service. It's either me and my partner, Dan. We both answer our phones ourselves. So you can call us 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. We don't care.
That's great. And, for those of you who need a towing service, you have Rob's. He does a great job. Obviously, when you're reaching out to the community like this, the community should definitely support a gentleman who's doing such great work.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, too, like, I met him through my ex-wife Donna, who was here before, because he stepped up and he helped us out big time with that fundraiser we did.
Yes.
So he stepped up, he sponsored everything so we could do the wrestling show, helped us cover the cost of the insurance and everything else that we needed. And just that right there, she's been telling me nothing but good things about you from day one.
I appreciate that.
So that's why I
great.
definitely want to get the word out there, because he's a perfect example of someone who's going to go above and beyond on his own dime, on his own time, to do the right thing and make sure people are taken care of. And we don't hear enough about stuff like that.
Right. The taxpayer who's paying the police officer's salary is actually doing the community service work, and the police officers don't want to come in and talk about it. And again, like we said last week, I think it was last week, we're not condemning all of them. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of good ones out there. But I was just disappointed that they couldn't send just one officer in here for, 20 minutes, a half hour, just to talk about this. And yet, you're doing 56 miles an hour on the LIE. Boom, they're right behind you. Revenue, surcharges, the whole 9 yards. And it's to me, it's a bunch of horse crap. But and when are you doing this, Rob? Is it for the Labor Day weekend?
Well, we're going to be doing it for Labor Day weekend, but we do it all year round.
Oh, you do?
We do it all year round. It doesn't have to just be the holiday. Let's say people go out every day.
They do.
The holiday weekend, there's more people out there, but everybody's out. We all like to go out and have a good time. And I just want to see everybody get home safe. Even though we have a collision shop and we're out there for the accidents, I don't want that accident anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see somebody get home safe from that. I'll take that little fender bender maybe from the little snow. Everybody's going to work in the morning where nobody really gets hurt. That's the one we want to fix. When somebody happens like this and somebody's drunk and really hurts somebody bad, it's not just about that person that they hurt and that person who was driving and gets arrested.
Sure.
Those people have family too, so it probably touches 30, 40 people, really, if you think about one bad accident like that.
Absolutely.
It could be somebody related to us, and even if not, it's somebody's mother, brother, sister, or daughter.
Right.
And that's, I would want somebody to take care of my family, God forbid, before somebody can get hurt.
Sure.
No,
it's a great service you're providing. Not a lot of people do that. They really don't. I mean, even like local taxi services in my area won't. They won't. Well, on
some
certain
of the
holidays.
Some of the bars now, what they do is they'll actually pay for your ride home.
Really?
I know a few bars that do that now.
Okay.
And for the same reasons, they don't want to see you guys driving out, so they'll tell you park your car in the back. They'll actually pay for your cab ride.
That's great.
You're all right with that. And a lot of places do call the cab, and some cab services also help you. But what I'm offering you is you and your car are home.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no tomorrow morning somebody bringing you back to go get your car so you can go to work.
Right.
You call us up, we would take you and your car home. You can sleep it off tomorrow morning, get up and get your car and go to work.
Yep. And that's the difference here is that he's putting you on the flatbed.
Yeah.
That's true.
You and the car are going home, and you're getting there in one piece.
And for the same price, you would probably tip that taxi cab driver.
Yep. Exactly.
I know some restaurants like in the Rockville Center area, and people, some good restaurants. People park their cars and they'll drink, they'll have whatever martinis, whatever it is, and they'll walk home. They live in the Rockville Center area. They'll walk home, and guess what? They'll go back to the restaurant the next day and find a ticket on the car.
Oh yeah.
Now they're in the restaurant's parking lot. Now what's going on?
The
here?
restaurant won't touch that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's
no.
your fault. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
He's saving everybody that hassle.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's a huge it's huge to do to know that you can find someone like him that'll do that.
Right.
So definitely throw out the number again that way.
Yeah. Give us the number again, Rob.
631-588-6200, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can either ask for Rob or Dan, my partner. We'll gladly take you home without a problem.
Do you have a website?
It's Relations Auto Collision at hotmail.com.
Okay, good, because people should know about that. You know what?
Mention the radio station. Tell us that you heard us on the radio station.
That's
We'll
right.
give you a free detail on top of it.
WLIE 540
Even better.
AM. There you go. That's good.
Sign me up, baby.
Call in if you have any questions or
Favorite
comments for
song.
Rob. 631-955-5400. That's 631-955-5400. I think he's doing a great service. And to me, you're doing a better service than some of these police officers that don't even want to come on the air and talk about it. But I don't know. That's just my thought. What else, Dan? What do
You have a thing for the cops. I'm telling you.
No, you know what it is, because in the past in my life, if I had a fender bender, there were a couple of times where I went jogging, or well, now I can't jog, forget it. But my car would be banged up. When I get back from the jog, you call. They don't want to fill out a report.
It's paperwork.
They
That's
just
fine.
don't. They will do anything. We don't believe that. Yeah, and they all talk like Senator Kennedy. The perpetrator probably drove away. We don't really know if we fill out a report. We don't know where to find it. So it just even when you see them on the news and they're talking about like big crimes, and you have the commissioner on there. We found the perpetrator. We shot down. What is error? Error. Well, I have error. But yeah, no, they just
Could be worse. He could sound like an airplane pilot.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Over to the left here.
I don't know. I think we need a psychic in here, or a wizard or something like that to talk about
Save us from the masses.
exactly. Save us from- well, and that's another thing. How come these like psychics, they can't predict who's going to do a shooting?
I don't know. I always wondered about all that, because honestly, with me, I really don't believe in that stuff at all.
Yeah, I don't.
I really don't.
I'm not a big believer. Do we have a call, or? I don't know if we do.
Oh yeah, we've got a caller on the line, and they want to talk to Rob, so that's nice. There
Okay.
you have it. All right, Paul from Oakdale, you're live on Community Spotlight.
Hello.
Hey, Paul.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Paul, you're on the air. How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Good.
I would just like to say whatever Rob is doing there is a great deal.
It is.
Right?
Absolutely.
You don't have too many people like that out there.
No, you need more people like him in this world.
Right. You do. It's a great community service.
Yes, it is. I'd just like to tell him how proud we are of him.
Well, where we are. We're very proud of you, Rob.
Thank you.
You're doing a great
Appreciate
service
it.
here.
I appreciate it.
How are things out in Oakdale?
Everything is good. Nice and sunny.
Yep. Looking for a nice weekend?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Yankees won last night, so I was happy. Hope they win. I could do
Oh,
it.
well, I'm a Met fan. I can't help that.
Okay. I hope they can do it again today.
Well, I hope for your sake, too.
Yeah, I know. They got creamed in Chicago. It was pretty sad.
yeah.
But thanks
Mets aren't helping me out at all.
Yeah, the Mets. I don't know what's going on with them. The City
I have
Field
no
is great.
idea.
I like City Field though. It's phenomenal. So
I kinda miss the
haven't
purple
been there.
building.
I haven't been there, but I'm sure it's great, yeah.
yeah, we have later. You have to tune in. We have a psychic a medium. I should stop saying psychic, because I think one doesn't have anything to do with the other, or maybe some people are both. But I think a medium is a medium.
Yeah, medium, from what I understand, talks to the spirit world.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Okay.
my feelings exactly.
Okay. And
I think your inner spirit's trying to
my
get out.
inner spirit is trying to get out.